Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Kenneth Bolito, also known as the Techite, and this is a quick and brief news update on Windows Phone 7. Basically, Microsoft unveiled 10 different phones for their Windows Phone 7, and it will be available in 30 different countries. Phones will start releasing on October 21st in Europe and Asia, and on November 8th, they will start in the US. Specifically, 5 of these phones are made from HTC, 2 from Samsung, 2 from LG, and 1 from Dell. The first of the Windows Mobile 7 phones is the HTC 7 Surround, and basically this will be available for AT&T for $199 on contract, and this features a 3.8-inch display, a 1 GHz processor, 576 megabytes of RAM, 5 megapixel camera with 720p video, and a Dolby Mobile surround sound speaker that's a slide out. Next up, we have the HTC 7 Trophy and the HTC 7 Mozart. Both of these phones will have a WVGA resolution LCD screen, 1 GHz processor, 576 megabytes of RAM, 8 gigabytes of built-in storage, and 720p recording. Despite there being no prices on these phones, it's worth noting that the HTC 7 Mozart is more expensive than the HTC 7 Trophy, and this is due to the fact that the Mozart has an aluminum unibody construction, a 3.7-inch display, and a more advanced 8-megapixel camera with xenon flash. The latter features a 5-megapixel camera with LED flash and will be priced more aggressively than the HTC Mozart. And finally, there's the HTC 7 Pro with a slide-out and tilting QWERTY keyboard, a 1 GHz Snapdragon processor, 576 megabytes of RAM, 5-megapixel camera with 720p video, and a WVGA 3.6-inch display, and also 16 gig built-in storage. Unfortunately, out of the 7 Trophy, the 7 Mozart, and the 7 Pro, the only phone that will see the light of day in the United States is the 7 Pro, and this will be available for Sprint in the first half of 2011. The last of the HTC phones we have is the HD7, which is basically reminiscent of the HD2 and basically has most of the same features. It has the 4.3-inch WVGA display, 1 GHz processor, 576 megabytes of RAM, 5-megapixel camera with dual LED flash, and among the software pre-installed, we have Netflix, Slacker, T-Mobile TV, and in addition, we have 16 gigabytes of built-in storage. Next up is the Dell Venue Pro, and this is a 4.1-inch QWERTY slider and will be featured in T-Mobile's lineup of Windows Phone 7 phones. There really isn't any specs listed on this phone, but we do know that there is a 1 GHz Snapdragon chip on board and a 5-megapixel camera. Next up, we have the Samsung Omnia 7 and the Samsung Focus. Both of these phones will feature the same 4-inch WVGA Super AMOLED display that was featured in the Galaxy S line. In addition, there will be a 5-megapixel camera, support for micro SD expansion up to 32 gigs. They will be available in 8 gigs and 16 gigs in variation, and a Snapdragon processor. The Samsung Focus will be available in the United States by ways of AT&T and will be available on November 8th for $199 on contract, and the Samsung Omnia 7 will be available in Europe by ways of Orange, SFR, Movistar, and T-Mobile. Finally, we have the LG Optimus 7 and the LG Quantum. The Quantum will feature 16 gigabytes of built-in storage, 5-megapixel camera with 720p video capture, a 3.5-inch WVGA display, and a 1 GHz Snapdragon processor. This phone will be available for $199 in the United States via AT&T under contract. Lastly, we have the Optimus 7Q, also known as Optimus 7 in the United States, and this is a more international phone and will be featured in TELUS in Canada, American Mobile in Mexico, Movistar and Vodafone in Europe, and Singtel in Singapore. Basically, this is a 3.8-inch WVGA phone, 1 GHz Snapdragon processor, and 5-megapixel camera, and it basically mirrors the Quantum. Now, as for apps, on launch day, there will be 5 available games. There is Tetris, The Sims, Monopoly, and Need for Speed Undercover. These 4 will be available from EA. And the fifth is available from a developer called South End Interactive, and the game is called Ilo Milo. And basically, this one is an AT&T exclusive through the end of the year, and it will be available for free from the marketplace. Now, what's really cool about gaming on Windows Phone 7 that sets it apart from things like the iPhone and Android is that it features Xbox Live, and essentially, whenever you play games on Windows Phone 7, you could rank up your gamer score on Xbox Live. So this is very nice integration that Microsoft has put into Windows Phone 7, and hopefully this will help it expand into a more wider audience. For commerce apps, we have eBay and Fandango. Finally, unlike Facebook, Twitter isn't built into Windows Phone 7, so you will have to get that from the Windows Phone 7 marketplace. Now, because of copyright, I really can't give you any video on the UI, but I can link you in the description and in an annotation, and basically you'll see how nice and sleek the UI actually is. In my honest opinion, it looks really nice. I think it looks very revolutionary, and it's very reminiscent to the Zune UI in a sense, but in another sense, it features a lot more than that. So please look at that video. Feel free to comment what you think, and I don't know, I'm really interested in this phone. Who knows, maybe I'll be going to get one. So that's really it for this video, guys. For more information on Windows Phone 7, please Google your information, and in addition, I will be putting some links in the description, so check out those if you want to find out more. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please rate, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys later.